It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Friday, the 26th of January. I'm Michael Groff. Dry conditions and a warming trend as we head into the weekend and for at least the first half of next week with temperatures going above average. But don't get comfortable because another round of cooler and unsettled conditions with the potential of a significant rain event returns to the southwest by late next week and the following weekend. Of course, there's still a lot of uncertainty as to where, when, and how much precipitation there will be, as there always is. But we'll try and figure it all out as we dive in and discuss. But before we do that, it's Friday, and that means it's Photo Friday here, and that's where we take a look at some of the photos and or videos that you guys have submitted. And first up, David Parnell has this picture from last Saturday, Tombstone High School. Beautiful weekend for high school sports. Of course, I believe these were being played indoor basketball, but, nevertheless, great time to do whatever it is you want to do. Now, I know we had some raindrops. I know we had some cooler temperatures, but for me, I'd love that. So I can play basketball in the rain. Well, maybe not now, a little out of shape for that, but hey, why not? All right. Then we go international. This is from Zane down in Brisbane, Australia, and the sunset through an incoming storm. Of course, we're in the middle of winter. They're in the middle of summer. Thunderstorm season. Thunderstorms around. Oh, sounds great. Can't wait to have thunderstorms here for our monsoon season, hopefully. But let's not rush our way out of winter just yet. And then this is from Beth up on the 101 and Shea from the other night. Nice picture there. And speaking of pictures in the commute, I told you we'd show you this one. This is from the one and only Michelle from Wednesday morning. Now, there wasn't widespread fog, but where you found it, it was very dense. And out here in Avondale on Buckeye Road, just turning off of Dysart there, oh my goodness, visibility was down to just a couple hundred feet. And that's pretty bad. Michelle says that was the worst fog she's seen in Phoenix. And it reminds me, kind of going back to 1991, we had 5 straight days of fog in Phoenix. I don't know how many of you remember that, where even in the afternoon, it barely lifted. We still had restricted visibility. You couldn't even see the buildings in downtown Phoenix. And it was just, it was kind of a weird time. It reminded me a little of that. We had some pretty thick fog here Wednesday. And finally, Chris Martin has these pictures this picture from South Mountain yesterday. Look at that. Now, we did have a few showers that tried to develop, and a couple of you saw some raindrops yesterday afternoon here in Phoenix, but for the most part, things were dry. Just a beautiful skyline with all those cumulus moving on through. And that's it. If you want to submit anything for Photo Friday, you can do so by sending that to my email address, groffshow@gmail.com. That is GROFFshow@gmail.com for Photo Friday. All right, let's get into it. Looking at the almanac from yesterday. How about 66 degrees for the afternoon high, 51 the morning low. Not too far away from those averages of 69 and 47. No rain in the bucket yesterday. We are still 1/100th of an inch ahead for the year 2024 so far. Looking outside right now, here at 10:25 a.m., we've got mostly sunny sky. We've got 55 degrees at Sky Harbor, dew point 43, humidity 64%. It's a light wind. The barometer is rising. The upper air weather pattern across the nation shows the shortwave that came through here yesterday. It's moving off to the east. That will bring some more precipitation to parts of the Plain States and the southeast. We are left in a dry northwesterly flow in its wake, and a ridge will be building in, and that's going to result in much warmer temperatures for us. The watch warning map, look at all the dense fog across the nation's heartland. And we got flood watches over parts of the southeast U.S. with continued southwest flow. Plenty of rain coming down there. Convective outlook for today. We don't anticipate any organized severe weather, but some thunder possible from Texas and Oklahoma eastward through the southeast U.S. and the Gulf Coast over to the Carolinas. And here's the precipitation outlook. This is valid through Friday morning of next week. Rain amounts coming back up here. Now between about 1/3 and 1/2 inch for us here in Phoenix. And this will come right at the end of that forecast period, maybe late Thursday and into Friday. And we'll talk about what's going on with this weather pattern in more detail. To do that, let's check out the models. Let's see what they have to say. Here we go. The GFS. This is the 12Z run. This is valid 5 o'clock this afternoon. That short wave moving off into the southern plains states, a ridge building in behind it, dry northwesterly flow, and what it means for us down at the surface for the rest of the day today, mostly sunny, a gorgeous day. Highs mid to upper 60s. Tonight, with clear sky, we should drop into the 40s, maybe the coldest locations, the outlying areas, the rural desert areas drop into the upper 30s. And then for tomorrow, mostly sunny and warmer, highs low to mid 70s. Some clouds coming in here as we go to Sunday. We'll call it partly sunny with highs mid 70s, mid to perhaps upper 70s by the time we get to Monday and Tuesday with passing clouds. We go to Wednesday, we'll see increasing clouds. As you can see, troughing beginning to develop out here along the west coast. Rain stretches from Central California on northward up into the Pacific Northwest by late Wednesday and moving into Thursday. And so we'll see kind of more clouds, partly to mostly cloudy sky for us. But the rain should hold off for the day on Wednesday. We look to stay dry with high temperatures still likely in at least the low to mid 70s. Now as we head into Thursday, the GFS shows somewhat similar setup to what we had last weekend, except this looks like a broader trough with multiple short waves that could begin to develop and move on through here. One such wave could begin to enter the area by Thursday, and that would bring with it at least a chance at some scattered light rain around here. And so we'll watch for that. You know, the timing of this is still questionable, and generally speaking, this far out, the timing is usually a little faster on the models than what actually happens, than what comes to fruition. Nevertheless, we'll introduce a chance of rain in here by about Thursday, a 30% chance of rain. High temperatures should cool off with the increase in clouds and precipitation falling back to the upper 60s to about 70. All right, here's a week from today. This is Friday, the 2nd of February, and if that's right, yeah, broad troughing along the west coast, and we'll see, again, multiple short waves coming on through, and if this does work out, yeah, it'd be pretty wet here. Numerous showers, maybe widespread rain. And could be decent rain with some snow up north, of course. We'd love to see that. Now, of course, that's going to mean temperatures will be coming down, probably back toward the low 60s or so. And the snow level would come down somewhat, but certainly places like Flagstaff and the Grand Canyon, you would be getting some snow in those ski resorts, obviously. As we go out 10 days, this is Sunday, the 4th of February. And again, broad troughing out here over the west. One wave moving out, another one developing along the west coast. And with negative height anomalies, that just looks cool and unsettled. And so we could, again, if our ensemble guidance plays out and kind of lines up with our deterministic members here too, I mean, we could really be in for a prolonged period of cloudy, cool, unsettled conditions. Doesn't mean it's going to rain nonstop. It just means that frequent opportunities for precipitation could be with us for several days. And certainly this is lining up with also the CPC, the Climate Prediction Center outlook, way out there toward the end of next week, the following weekend, and beyond. Looking at rainfall for Phoenix off of the GFS ensemble, this goes out through the 9th of February. And again, that looks pretty promising. The ensemble mean is approaching 2 inches, well over 2 inches on the European ensemble. Look at that. In fact, the control member is way over 3 inches. You've got a few members that are at 3 and 4 inches of rain on here. And again, when we look at this and people are going to say, we're not going to get 4 inches of rain. There's no way. Cotton picking varmints, I tell you, just liars. Look, again, we're not talking about, we're not interested in necessarily specific numbers out here at 10 days and 2 weeks. We're looking at trends, and the overwhelming trend from all of our ensemble guidance, from all of these models, is a turn toward cool and unsettled weather with the potential of more significant precipitation, above average rainfall out here in this time frame, in the 1 to 2 week time frame. All right, temperatures off the national blend of models. Highs above average here out through the middle of next week. well up in the 70s, and then we'll cool off, and we could struggle to make it to 60 degrees out there by the end of next week and the following weekend. So again, that looks like the roller coaster ride that sometimes happens, and it's going to maybe start looking more like an El Nino pattern. That would be great for us. And that is going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video is due back here on Monday morning, but of course, updates before that if necessary. Should you happen to enjoy these videos, then be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell, leave those comments, questions, and suggestions. If you really like what we do here, you want to support us monetarily, you can click that thanks icon below the video here on YouTube. Make those monetary contributions if you're so inclined, so able to do so. All of it helps us out in the furtherance of this channel. The executive producer of the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion is my one and only, the sweetest of all time, the Asian sensation, and proprietor of sweetchildaz.com.org and the Facebook page of the same name, Sweet Child Arizona. I'm talking about my Michelle, so do go ahead and check her out. I've got her all linked up down there in the description for all things Michelle related. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching and all of your continued support. It is immensely appreciated. Please be safe out there. You guys have yourselves a great Friday and a wonderful weekend.